Welcome to the den, everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think the Detroit Lions pass rush will surprise everyone. Let's get it started, and here we go. So, first off, let's talk about what players the Lions have. We're going to be talking mostly about starters and a little bit about rotational players. So first off, we have Michael Brockers, Aline McNeil, Levi Onwuzurike, Romeo Okwara, and Trey Flowers as our outside linebackers, ends, and nose tackles. We also have Julian Gawar rotating in at outside linebacker, and Deshaun Hand rotating in as well, along with maybe John Pancini for run plays. So, first off, I want to start with Michael Brockers. Michael Brockers last season had 5 sacks and 10 quarterback pressures. Not too impressive, but it's still a solid number. It's better than really what Everson Griffin gave us last season during his time here. And I think, honestly, the big part is his ability to also run stuff, and also just take up blocks. He had a 0% missed tackle percentage, and so I am very confident Michael Brockers will be an improvement. He's also playing at the position he's known most for at 5 Tech, and he's also been saying that he's been communicating really well with Aaron Glenn, saying he's the best communicator I've ever been coached with, and he's been coaching with defensive gurus Brandon Staley and Wade Phillips. Next player to talk about is Julian Gawar, who's going to be rotating in. As I've already done a video on Julian Gawar, but this kind of summarizes it. He had a 23% pass rush win rate in each of his last 2 college seasons he had. And that was a better pass rush win rate than Chase Young. He had the exact same pressure rate at 19.1 while in college. So he's a very capable pass rusher with good size at 6'4", 248 pounds, and with an arm with 74 3/8 arms, and I'm just really impressed with that. That shows pass rush ability. And not only that, but he has consistently said he is motivated by his brother being good, and he wants to have a crazy good season. He wants to be able to compete with his brother and both want to get 10 sacks or more, double digits. That is inspiration, that is motivation. He is hungry, and I'm very excited to see what he's got. Next is Romeo Okwara, our main pressure man, our main leader in sacks. Romeo Okwara had a total percent of highest total pressures in 2020 in a regular season for the Lions. Okwara was responsible for 61 of 211 quarterback pressures for the Lions, and of course he is returning with an even better defense. I'm very excited to see, and he also had 10 sacks to his name. The guy was super fantastic for the Lions last season, and now he's got an actual, other good players to help him out. Romeo could really explode next season. The next player is, of course, Trey Flowers, who had himself 63 total quarterback pressures in 2019 and 7.5 sacks with over 50 tackles. Trey is an underrated pass rusher. If you just look at his, per se, runs, if you just look at his sacks and you're not doing it correctly, he also gives himself pressure. He can play along the entire D line. He's going to do good. He's even had his best seasons in New England when he was an outside linebacker returning to that position. I'm very excited to see what Trey Flowers can do, and as I've already stated in my other video, I think he's going to surprise everyone. I think just statistics show that. I mean, and he even had those numbers with underplay seasons from Mike Daniels and Damon Harrison, and Romeo Okwara wasn't even good that season. The next highest guy who's closest to him was Devin Kennard with a pressure total of 43. Moving on to Levi Onwuzurike. Levi Onwuzurike is now officially our 3 Tech, and he will be playing a bit what we ranked as end. He racked up 57 total quarterback pressures, including 7 sacks on just 466 pass rushing snaps in 2018 and 2019. He's effective, and I think that's just a good percentage of them shows. The man was also playing out of position at nose tackle. He wasn't even really playing 3 Tech that often in Washington. He has great burst. It's even shown by the scouting report. Is his explosiveness. His great burst off the line of scrimmage that causes a ton of problems for opposing linemen. He's got the ability. He has the hand, and now he's playing end. And he's 293 pounds and 6'3". I'm very excited to see what this guy can do. I think he can really do well and help our pass rush really go great. I think he gets 6 sacks and 40, 39 quarterback pressures. And then you have Aleem McNeil. So people talk about how he had 5.5 sacks in 2019, and he moved down to 1. And many people are like, oh, that just means he's not good, and he never had truly insane run stuffing numbers, except McNeil this past season faced double teams on every play. He faced double teams on every play in 2020 after a monster 2019 season. That's someone who's going to be able to take players from double teaming Romeo and Levi and Trey and Julian. That's exciting. If Aleem McNeil can continue to do that, the man's also very fast, good pass rusher, has good speed. He has some pretty good burst for his size. He's fast too for his position. The guy played baseball. He's athletic. He can do everything. I'm very excited to see what Aleem McNeil can do. And it's not just our D-line and our outside linebackers that can do stuff. It's our inside linebackers can do stuff too. Jamie Collins had a 5.5 sack season in 2015, a 7 sack season in 2019. He even had a 4 sack season in 2018 with Cleveland. And he even had 3 sacks in 2016. He can get you sacks and get stuff done. I'm really excited to see what he can do. Derek Barnes. Brad Holmes talked about how he can do pressure as well. He was even an outside linebacker for a bit, so he knows his pass rush moves. He uses his hands. He's got power. He had 10.5 sacks in college. I'm very excited to see what his pass rush can do, and I think they really will surprise everyone. I don't think there's any reason to say that the Lions will not have a good pass rush this season. A large part of the reason why our pass rush even wasn't good in the Patricia era was we were only sending 3 guys out of pass rush and sometimes only 2. And we didn't even have a proper nose tackle. We had Damon Harrison being hurt. And that really just hurt our D-line. And we never really had success. And now we do. We got guys that can do everything. We got a healthy bunch of guys. We got more than just one good pass rusher. And each year we had during the Patricia era, we only had one good pass rusher. 2018, it was arguably Romeo with his 7.5 sacks. 2019, it was Trey Flowers. 2020, it was Romeo. We didn't have that consistent amount of good pass rushers, and I'm very excited to see what happens because I think we got a bunch now. And I really am just excited. So, by the way, I'm going to be having a live at 4 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And I'm just going to talk about Lions football, talk about how the mini camps and OTAs went, my thoughts, players I'm excited about, and if you guys want, ask questions. I'll see you guys later. One Pride.